Hey everybody, I hope that you're all doing well. We're here with a timeless reading. The first card that we have out is Seven of Cups. When we have Seven of Cups, we can feel confused, we can feel mixed emotions, we can feel unsure. Seven of Cups can feel like a yellow light. I'm seeing the Empress come out next. I feel like there's a need to sort of embrace the chaos here. When we have the Empress coming out, because it feels even like the energy of the Empress is going to be helpful to you moving through this. And what does that mean? When you're going through a time where you feel like you're in the Seven of Cups, it can feel unclear. Like you're trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense yet. You're trying to understand, you're trying to see, and it can feel like there's fog all around you. So what can you do right now? What can you do during that time? When we have the Empress coming out, this can be you embracing it and trying to use it in a way that will be beneficial to you. Use it in a way that will be helpful to you. Like rather than force it to be something that it's not, to even accept it as it is in this moment. And know too that it won't stay like that either. Okay, what is this about? What you want? I'm seeing Judgment, Nine of Cups. Feel like you're trying to build your life out in a way that feels empowering to you, and that's sort of the basis for that. What is that going to mean then? You need to take a closer look at your values. That's going to be really important here. Like the more aware of your values you are in this instance, this is going to become clear to you. It's not going to be something foggy anymore. You're going to have to figure this out though. That means that you have to discern the difference between what is something that is appearing to me on a surface level that when I think about it, I don't really want that, versus what on a deeper level do I feel like, no, that actually really resonates with me and that is the direction to move in. There just needs to be a weeding out. When we have Venus here, Venus, among many other things, is about what we are attracted to, what we're interested in, what feels empowering to us as well, our values in general. And then when we have Pluto there, Pluto is basically a magnifying glass that you're going to hold up to this part of yourself and figuring out, like, this is you right now. You ask this part of yourself, what is empowering to you? What is exciting to you? What is going to nurture the type of life that you want to be living? What type of experiences do you want to be having? What do you feel most attracted to here? And not on a surface level, on a deeper level, where when you think about it, you'd actually feel happy with those things, or feel content with those things, or feel however you want to feel about those things. Taking a deeper look, a closer look at what it is that you actually want. I think even just that baby step of, if you're faced with a whole bunch of opportunities and feelings and thoughts, if you will turn your attention to you in that moment, instead of everything outside of you, everything that's in your face, and even like everything that you're feeling and thinking, if you take this moment to turn it onto you, the part of you that is the Empress, and you ask, without all of these things going on, if I had to create something from scratch, what would I want? So if you take away like the options that are in front of your face, what if you got to pick anything you wanted? What would that be then? And then maybe even what most closely relates to that, if anything at all. And that can be what helps you figure this out, actually. I feel like part of this is about you trusting yourself and your judgment here when you're actually applying your judgment. Because it's the not checking in that gets you into a place where you feel lost, but the answer is there. Yeah, I get this sense of multiple things sort of showing up and being available and needing to figure out like what is the right way. What's the right move to cultivate what I want to be cultivating here? I promise you this. Whenever you're experiencing conflict of some sort, there is an answer to it, and there is a way that it can be worked out. There is never a, I want this and I want that, and they're clashing with one another. When you get to a place where the energy is purified enough, there will never, ever, ever be conflict within the energy. As everything all is one with one another, it's like conflict is impossible when you're really getting to the essence and you're really getting to the truth. So if you're in a space where you're feeling conflict or you're feeling on the fence in some way, it's because you have not gotten to the truth yet. That's the only time that we feel like something is unclear. It's when the energy just hasn't been purified enough. It's diluted by something. And so we have to figure out what's diluting it, and we have to go through a purification process. And that is what the Judgment card does. It's going to separate things out, so you can really know how to move here and what to be doing. Because I'm seeing you be serious about what you have going on here. And it feels like in order to take steps that you want to take, you need to work this out first. And it all is coming back to your Venus energy. Venus encompasses a lot of different things, so it's really just going to depend on like what area of Venus this is impacting for you. How can you work with this? There is an openness that's needed here. Okay. Wow, we have Pluto and Mercury connected with one another. You're definitely going to get the truth at the end of this. When we have Pluto and Mercury together, this means that this can really clarify things for you, that you can actually really, really, really see the truth here. With Pluto and Mercury, you can also see where you can be manipulating yourself as well, or like forcing something, or convincing yourself even of something. It can be a time when you look at that, and it can also be a time too where you restore some type of right or clear thinking, because Pluto has the ability to transform, and we have it above the Magician, which is about what you're manifesting and also how you're thinking. You can transform the way that you're thinking here, transform the way that you're seeing things, and this can be a time of great mental change for you. But there's also a purging process that has to happen with Pluto as well. As I said before, the energy is diluted, and so Pluto is going to come through and it's going to help you shed what needs to be separated so you can think clearly, so you can see clearly. So this can be old ways of thinking that you need to let go of. This can be a separating of what you actually want to experience versus what you don't actually want to experience. What you think that you want and is going to make you happy versus what will actually leave you feeling content and at peace and fulfilled within your experience. And all of this comes back to it being about your values, your wants, your needs, your desires. What you're capable of. How do you make an offer to that part of yourself? How do you make a gesture to that part of yourself? Because I'm seeing you as both the Empress, which is you just sitting there within your energy and having the things that you want come your way. And then I'm also seeing you too be this Knight of Pentacles here, which is the part of you that's going to deliver what you want to yourself, but it's to your Venus energy. So what this means is, as a Knight of Pentacles, you are going to take sure, steady steps in the direction of what you want. And that is how you're going to cultivate and deliver what you want and build what you want and present yourself as Venus with what you want. And Venus wants what Venus is sort of pulling in. So you have to check in with that part of your energy to know what you want to cultivate here. That's going to be the answer. So you're basically like, you are both of these energies. You're making this offer, you're making this offering, this gesture to yourself, and yourself as you stand in the archetype of what your Venus represents for you. And so you have to go through the maze of your mind. Your mind works here in order to get to the bottom of this and figure it out. What is the step that I really want to be taking? What is the thing that I really want to be cultivating? What is the direction I really want to be going in here? And this is also going to be a process. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This means that it's not just I'm making a choice today and happy tomorrow with everything, or I'm putting one brick there and then the whole thing is built tomorrow. This is more so, this is going to be a baby steps. How do you make sure that the baby steps that you're taking are in the right direction, though, in the direction of what's actually going to be satisfying and fulfilling to you? Like what you actually want, versus walking in a direction and then looking around and feeling disconnected from what you put in all of that effort for. So you want to make sure that the effort that you're putting in, it's worth it because it's cultivating something that you want, something that you'll feel pleased with, something that you as the archetype of Venus, something you will enjoy, because there is pleasure that is experienced when something is compatible with our values, and that's the point of it. Like if you're not checking in with your Venus energy, you can be working and doing all of these things and accomplishing fantastic things, and then you look around and you don't enjoy it because it's not for you, it's for something else and maybe somebody else and their values. So this is about touching base and connecting with your own, so you know what will be pleasing to you, what will be pleasing to your Venus energy. What kind of offer are you going to make to that part of yourself? And you need your mind, when it comes to what you're doing and how you're directing things, that to be on the same page. And there also needs to be a clear conceptual understanding of what your Venus wants, of what you are attracted to, of what brings you a sense of pleasure and enjoyment within your life. Because that is part of what Venus is about. And it feels ultimately what this is about. So you have to get to the bottom of that, and that's what's going on here. As I said before, I feel like a way that would be helpful for you is to, if you forget all of the options that are available to you, like all of those pre-made options that are already there, and you had to imagine like from scratch what you would build, like what would that be? And I think that will give you a sense of direction here. That's like just intuitively how this process is coming through as a way to figure this out. Yeah. That's how you're going to find the answer. That's how you're going to make sense of things. We start with Seven of Cups and we end with Hermit, which means you are going to find the answer. The answer is already there within you. This is just you needing to reflect, and then you will get that answer for yourself. This means too, before you go running off and doing something without thinking about it, you need to really think about what you're doing, the groundwork that you're laying. And this can be a time when you do a really big check-in with the way that you're thinking, how you're thinking. Is that productive? Is that on track? Does that align with the other parts of you? And when there is clashing and stuff that needs to be worked out, you have to purify the energy. You have to get to its pure essence, and you will see that all of your energy actually works together. It actually all collaborates together with one another, rather than it all conflicting and clashing. It only conflicts and it clashes when we're misinterpreting what the energy is asking of us or like wanting from us, and then we're like out of touch in the thing that we're doing, and then it's clashing with another part of ourselves. But when you're in a place where you're fully clearly understanding, which Pluto will give you the ability to do, if you are willing to put that under a microscope and to also problem solve. We have Virgo here. You see what's going on, what needs to be worked on, you analyze, you check in, you find your answer. Virgo will find the answer. And all of us have Virgo in our charts. You're just embodying that aspect of the energy. You have Venus here. You have Pluto and Mercury together with one another. And then you have the Virgo energy. Virgo is a mutable sign, connected, ruled by Mercury. And so it's about thinking, the connection between what you're thinking and then what you are doing. And making sure that you're not wanting one thing and then doing something else and then feeling like you're still not accomplishing anything. This is making sure that you are clear on what you want and that the steps that you're taking are actually going to support that. And coming all the way back to the beginning, Venus is going to be the basis for this. You need to find out what is going on with your Venus energy. You need to check in about that. Because I get even this feeling of thinking like this will make me happy, or I'll enjoy this, or I'll enjoy that, but something is still not purified enough with your Venus energy. Like this, it will not clash, I'm telling you. When you get to a pure enough space, it won't clash. Everything will actually like work together in a harmonious way. The only time when there's clashing is when we are not clearly interpreting something yet. It's when we're not clearly seeing something. It's when we need to weed something out still because it's diluting the truth for us. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.